Well, alrighty then. Right, so this is the little gadget. Before I carry on, this isn't the video I was going to post. The guy never got back to me, so it is what it is. It's still the cheapest one I could find. As always, I do try. Now, I think most of you are going to have one of these, these stoves here that have just got one big ring. I'm trying to sort of mimic that, slightly smaller version, because the original video had me using it on this. Now what happened was, as you know, these particular stoves take these cartridges. Now it was a really old stove. This is empty. There's nothing in there. The scrap people have been round and, oh, just trust me, it's empty. It's empty. The scrap people have been around and collected it, because what happened was it was so old and so unused and so rusty, because I've had it for so long. There was a leak, a gas leak. So when the main stove was lit, it connected with the leak that was coming from the bottle. So I had a fire on my hands. Now, what I recommend to every single one of you is that if that ever happens to you, just get the fuck out. I'm sorry about my language. Just get out. I went and grabbed a tea towel, drenched it. I already had water in the sink, drenched it, came over and put it out. Stupid thing to do. It's a stupid thing to do. So if you end up with a scenario like that, just get out of the room and just let it do whatever damage it's going to do. It's going to pop. You just don't want to be in the way of it when it does. So that's why I'm not demonstrating it on that anymore, because it's gone. This gadget is advertised mainly on one of these. Most of the pictures, you know what I mean? So basically what it is it's a stand that fits pretty much anything really, any stove it will slot onto. It's got loads and loads of little nooks and crannies, and they've put a lot of thought and work into that, right? Now on one of these, which is smaller than this this particular hob, if you look at the almost the circular, connected circular, almost beehive like pattern behind the main outside of it, it all glows red, bright red. So what it does is it radiates heat outwards. I mean, I can feel the heat there. That would never happen if I had my hand closer to the flame, because all the heat's just going up and up and up. And on top of that, they're designed for you to cook on top. So especially with one of these, because I haven't got much of a comparison really, but I have tried it out on that. Not only does the heat radiate out, it gets to the point where you can turn it down to half the energy, and you'd get the equivalent output of it being on full blast on that. That's the experiment that I've tried it on, and that is what most of you have got, and a lot of you have got a lot of those. So I'm just trying to demonstrate. So on top of that, so you've got it, not only is it heating your room, it's heating it with less gas, and you're able to cook on top of it. So if you've got a steamer, obviously water in the bottom, you can be cooking your spuds in the bottom, and then your meat, sliced or cubed beef or chicken or lamb or whatever you're into, it will cook perfect in there. Obviously, use your common sense, as long as it's, these pieces are small enough, and then your veg in the top. And then when everything's cooked, you can use the water from your spuds and the juices that have come out of your meat and your veg to make a gravy. So it's all of that on top of something that uses half the gas that you would normally be using. So I hope that makes sense. The guy didn't get back to me. I'm still going to put a link in. You know, this lucky git is probably going to do all right out of this, but it was the cheapest one I could find. I think the reason why he hasn't got back to me is because he's got a current offer on already. It's got nothing to do with me, and a really, really weird name that I had to write down. But it will knock a little bit off for you. I think it's 5% anyway. So yeah, that was it. This little device. The only thing that's annoyed me a little bit is it's only been used a few times, and this black paint that goes around the top starts to flake off. Other than that, I mean, that the heat that's giving out is unreal. So it's a very, very, very efficient way of not just using them on these, but on any gas stove. You know, just try and make sure that your stove is in a really, really flat, secure, you know, stable position. That's all I've got to say. It's an impressive little thing. It's impressed me. So loads of love to you all, guys. Don't listen to the bollocks. Ciao for now.